joining us now, fresh off her world travels, playing for Team USA at the World University Games in Italia, is Kennedy Eschenberg of BYU Women's Volleyball. Kennedy, welcome.
Kennedy?
Thank you.
All right. You were telling us a little bit about your trip to Italy during the break. We want everybody to hear about this.
Awesome.
What was the best part about your trip to Italy playing in the World University Games?
I think it was so fun, all of it. It was awesome to represent the country and wear a USA jersey. And also they had this thing where, because they put it on kind of like the Olympics, for college. And so they had opening ceremonies. And so it was in this big soccer stadium and you walk out and it was sold out and it was just packed and people were cheering and you're walking with your country. So that was one of my favorite parts. But I also loved just meeting a bunch of new girls and playing different teams and also going around Italy.
You were talking about how this was your first time out of the country and you didn't know anybody. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was crazy, but all the girls were so nice and we were all in the same boat. So it was awesome. And Italy's a pretty good place to go for your first time out of the country. So it was fun.
Just out of curiosity, did you play with anybody on this team that you have played against previously?
Let me think. Yes, for sure. Because we played the Stanford girls. Some of the Stanford girls were on our team.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Stanford girls. I think those are the only.
Is that a little weird when you're like, ugh.
It was.
Hey, we got you at our place.
Yeah, it was kind of weird at first, but then they're really nice, and so it was fun. And we played them this year, so I'm excited to play against them again.
It's more about the experience, but how do you feel like you did personally?
I feel like I did pretty good. It was a great experience, and our team went 4-2. We lost to Japan and Italy, but overall it was great. And I feel like I got a lot better, and we had 4 practices before we played our first game, and the other teams had been practicing for 2 or 3 months. So that was crazy, but I feel like I got a lot better, and I feel like I did good.
4-2, as you mentioned, finished 9th place, and a bunch of your teammates that are all coming back have had these world traveling experiences. Of course, you included Mary Lake with Team USA, Heather Knighting playing in the Pan American Cup. And we saw what this can potentially do with Ronnie Jones-Perry when she went and did this and came back and went next level. I mean, what is this going to do for BYU volleyball? It's
awesome, and I was just there for 2 weeks and I felt like I grew so much in my volleyball, but as a person as well. And so I think that's just, and it's also a once-in-a-lifetime experience that's so cool, and it helps you grow. And then when you come back, you have those experiences. So it's awesome.
I think it's awesome. I just love the women's volleyball team. I think it's so good. You guys are so good, and I'm excited to see you guys get even better at this. So your husband plays for the men's side. I'm just curious, do you guys compete in other things? Are you guys really competitive with each other?
Yes, in other things. In volleyball, he helps me a lot, which is nice. And then, but in other things, we love pickleball. Have you guys played pickleball?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We're very competitive at pickleball. And then just cards too. And basketball. We like playing basketball against each other, and horse. That was one of our first dates, was horse.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it worked out. I hope he let you win.
Win? This is crazy.
No.
I won the first game. And then it was somehow he's okay, best 2 out of 3. And we say it wasn't our first date because he was we were loser buys dinner. And so then he beat me and we went to dinner. He's no, let me pay. And I was no, I'm paying. So he says it wasn't our first date because I paid for it. Okay. Even though that's fine.
And you're right. Maybe I take that back. When you're competitive and you're a Division I athlete, you don't want to let anybody win. You just want to beat him.
Kennedy does not do me.
It's even better. I beat you fair and square.
That's right.
But I think I won the first game, so that's what matters.
That's what counts.
Solid.
Yeah.
As you approach the next season with so much experience returning, and I mentioned Ronnie Jones-Perry, and she was a huge part of what BYU did going to the Final Four. What are your expectations for the 2019 BYU women's volleyball season?
I think we're going to be really good. Like you mentioned, we lost a lot of amazing people, and you can't replace them individually, but we also got a lot of great people. And our coaches are awesome, and we always say the strength of our team is our team. And so I think it's going to be a great year, and it's going to be a fun year.
Oh, I love Heather, and I just love the team. You guys are going to be awesome. It's so fun to watch. Let's end with this. This is our Twitter question of the day. So in honor of the Lion King coming out today, are you going to go see it?
Yes, I want to.
Which past BYU game would you make into a movie?
For sure, the Stanford game.
Oh.
Yeah.
At home.
At home.
That
And then-
atmosphere was.
That was awesome.
Then we win the first 2 sets, then lose the next 2, and it goes to 5. And then it kind of ends on a weird play, but it was awesome.
But you won.
And a lot of people were there because it was freshman orientation also,
yeah.
so it was packed.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Can't wait. Who's ready for BYU Women's Volleyball to pack the Smith Fieldhouse?
Me.
Yes. All hands arise. So, Kennedy, let's give you some BYU Sports Nation karma as you approach your season and get ready to go again.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in
Thank you
after
so
your trip
much.
to Italy.
Kennedy, you're awesome. Thanks for coming in.
Thank
Coming
you.